You're watching the Trojan Network.
All right, we're getting ready to go live here at Chattooga High School in Summerville, Georgia, and have a bright sunny day. Hopefully Mother Nature gets back on her meds pretty soon and gets back to spring-like temperatures. Brady Little's in the leadoff spot today and takes ball one high. And Brady with a good solid hit to left center field for a nice leadoff single there, and a good start. Next up, we have the pitcher today, Maddox Millard. Maddox fouls one down the first base line. Brady takes a nice lead at first base. And another foul ball down the first base line, and Maddox is behind 0-2. And that pitch misses down, and that brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brady with a medium-sized lead at first, and Maddox takes a pitch that was really close but called a ball and evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Home crowd didn't like that call, but the Trojan fans certainly did. Brady takes off, and Maddox fouls that pitch straight back, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Brady jogs back to first. And the lefty pitcher checks back to first base, and Brady's in there easily. And Maddox with a hard hit ball up the middle. That's going to get all the way to the center fielder, and Brady will score standing up, and Maddox will be in with a double. And quickly the Trojans are on top, 1 ball, no strikes. Excuse me, not 1 ball, no strikes, 1 run. So we have a courtesy runner on second, and the senior Peyton Gross stands in. Still nobody out here in the top of the first. And that pitch misses down. And Peyton is ahead, 1 ball, no strikes. And Peyton fouls that back over the first base dugout. And that brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on second base and no outs. And that pitch misses down, and courtesy runner easily takes third on that. And that brings the count to 2 balls, 1 strike with a runner on third. And Peyton swings over the top of that one. And that brings the count to 2-2. And another foul ball over the first base dugout. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was a fly ball out to right field, and that'll be a nice sacrifice fly and bring in the second run of the game. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, J.R. Zymet, with nobody on and 1 out. And that pitch was up and in. Spins JR around and brings the count to 1 ball, no strikes. Another pitch misses in and is now 2 balls, no strikes. And that breaking ball comes up a little short and brings the count to 3-0. And the take sign was on there. And that brings the count to 3 balls, 1 strike to JR. And JR hits one hard all the way up against the fence for a nice and JR gets a double there, tries for third and gets thrown out on the double and the attempt to take third. So unfortunate there, but a good hard hit and some good aggressive base running from the catcher. And that one almost hit Dustin in the ear hole. And Dustin is ahead, 1 ball, no strikes. And a towering pop-up. Pitcher settling under it. It's going to be a tough play, but he makes the play. Well done by the pitcher. And at the end of the top half of the first, the Trojans are ahead 2 runs and ready to take the field on defense.
masses, evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
Now batting, number 3, Colton Humphrey.
All right, we're back here in the bottom half of the first. Maddox is on the mound. A little shallow fly ball to the second baseman. Peyton settles under that, and 1 pitch, 1 out, and a good start for the defense.
Now batting, number 10, Riley Willis.
And that pitch misses a little low. And that was fouled off third base side and just about took out a couple of the Chattooga Indians over there. Thankfully they were looking and were able to get out of the way. And that brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Maddox with a soft roller to Caden Ellis, and Caden with a good strong throw, and that's the second out.
Now batting, number 14, Gunnar Allen.
That one was a little off the mark for ball 1. And a nice swing and miss there on the off-speed pitch. Brings the count to 1-1. That one's fouled back, and Maddox is quickly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one's a little short and brings the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first. And a nice pitch there that the batter gets just a tiny piece of, keeping the count at 2-2. And just like that, the Indians go down 1-2-3 on I believe a 10-pitch inning there for Maddox, so super efficient. And we'll be headed to the top of the second here momentarily.
day I die, I'ma touch the sky. I get those goosebumps every time. I need a benzo. I need a ride in a Lambo. Yeah. Okay. 901 Chevy.
It's time to fire your day up right with a cup of coffee from Nashville Grind. They got smooth, bold flavors, and they offer a light, medium, and a dark roast coffee. And for all you folks bleeding orange out there, they've got a specialty blend just for you. So get high quality coffee with every cup from Nashville Grind. And we stock it right here at Ace Hardware of Lookout. So come see us at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
The top of the second inning, and the senior Garrett Ross is the leadoff in this inning. And Garrett looks at a ball down. And Garrett gets just a piece of that, and that turns the count to 1-1. Have a very short backstop here at the Indians' home field. And he gets Garrett on his front side there with an off-speed pitch. And Garrett is behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a tough pitch there that Garrett watches and is called for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. And now Dylan Curry steps in for the lefty-on-lefty matchup here. And he watches ball 1. Dylan's done a good job of putting the bat on the ball at times this year and looking to get the top of the second inning started for the Trojans. And there's another hard contact by Curry to the center fielder, and a nice single there to start the second inning off for the Trojans. And that brings senior Caden Ellis, who had the game-winning RBI on Saturday against the Christian Heritage Lions, and he's looking to continue his hot bat here. That ball's down. That brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. And Dylan takes off, but the pitch is fouled back over the backstop. So Dylan will scurry back to first, and it is 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. That pitch misses up, brings the count to 2-2. And Caden does a good job of fouling off that pitch. And the count remains 2-2. And the lefty pitcher checks back to first, trying to keep Dylan a little closer. Dylan takes off. Good throw, but Shortstop was unable to corral that one and apply the tag. And that runs the count to full with a runner now in scoring position. Caden with a well-hit ball over the fence for the home run that scores 2. A fantastic job by Ellis. And his bat stays really hot here. And that puts the visiting Trojans up 4 runs to none. And Colt Wood steps in. Fouls one off over the third base dugout. And fouls that one straight back and is quickly behind no balls, 2 strikes, with 1 out here in the top half of the second. Oh, and that pitch just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Must have been just a touch off the plate. And the strikeout there for the second out of the inning. And that brings us back to the top of the lineup. And Brady Little looking to continue his hot streak today. Had a nice single in the first. And Brady watches ball 1, misses just away from the plate there. Comes back with a breaking ball that Brady fouls off first base side. And that levels the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. And that breaking ball comes up short. And that brings the count to 2-1. And that misses low. Count is now 3-1 to Little. All right. Good try on that one. Brady thought it was out. Umpire didn't. And that brings the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Does a good job of fouling that off again on the first base side. Another good breaking ball that Brady fouls off to stay alive. Really good back and forth battle here as Brady's now seen 7 pitches at least. And that one misses up, and Brady draws the walk. Really good quality at bat there for Brady. And that brings us to the 2-hole. And the pitcher, Maddox Millard. That pitch comes up a little short and bounces over the catcher and the umpire. And Brady quickly takes second base to move into scoring position. Another pitch just to the inside. Maddox scoots out of the way and is now ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Another pitch that's just missing on the inner side of the plate. Maddox had the take sign there and took one that, well, we'll just say it was called anyway. And Maddox with a hard hit ball to left center. That ball's going to drop, and that's going to bring Brady in, and another stand-up double for the Trojans. And I believe that's Braven coming in to courtesy run again for Maddox as the pitcher. And the senior Peyton Gross steps back in with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position on second base. And Peyton watches one that misses in. Another pitch that misses. And Peyton is ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Another one misses just in. And that brings the count to 3 balls, no strikes. Runner in scoring position at second base. And that brings the count to 3-1 as Peyton was taking there. And ball hit back to the pitcher. And Peyton will be out. And that will end the top of the second inning with the Trojans on top 5-0. And now we'll move on for a word from our sponsors.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step.
Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Shop with them.
All right, we're back here in the bottom half of the second. It is a balmy 35-degree wind chill here at Chattooga Indians home field. And the 4-hole hitter is stepping in. Maddox made quick work of the bottom half of the first, and let's hope we can do the same thing here in the bottom half of the second. And the batter looks at a called strike there. That one misses just a little bit away and levels the count at 1-1. Another excellent pitch that catches the plate, and the batter decides to watch, and that is now a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Good pitch there, misses maybe a ball off the plate. The batter didn't offer. That one misses up, and that runs the count full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. And another strikeout for Millard there.
Now batting, number 7, Colton Walker.
And Maddox with a fastball that he blows right past the batter there for a swinging strike 1. Gets a piece of that to the shortstop Wood, who's quickly on it and makes the throw. And just like that, the Trojans have 2 outs.
Now batting, number 5, Austin Hurley.
Maddox with an excellent pitch there to start the batter off and gets a swinging strike for strike 1. Overpowers him with another fastball there to quickly work ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Batter gets a piece of that one somehow and stays alive. Maddox is working very quickly today. I think he's cold and wants to go home. And the batter gets another piece of that one. And that one misses up. It's one of those tough, cold days to keep your feel on the baseball at times. And the batter throws a little bat head out there at it and gets the out. And just like that, the Indians go down in order. And now we will move to a word from those who support the Trojan Network.
On the field, it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks. Fuel that matters.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
All right, we're back here in the top of the third, and J.R. Zymet will be leading off. He takes a breaking ball away. J.R. had a hard double off the center field wall that he tried to turn into a triple and got thrown out at third. And he watches a ball that misses away and brings the count to 1-1. And JR gets out on that one and drops it into center field for another single. And the senior continues to stay hot. And they will quickly have a courtesy runner for the catcher. It's one of those days the catcher would like to run just to stay warm. And that brings the 5-hole hitter, senior Dustin Day, who's also been really swinging it well of late. A lot of hard hit balls. And watches a first pitch strike that he didn't like.
Pick you out there, boy.
And runner takes off. Braxton Daniels, the courtesy runner for JR, and is in there easily. Quickly gets himself into scoring position. And Dustin finds himself behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. That ball was hit hard right to the center fielder, but nonetheless, the ball's tagged up, and he moves the runner into scoring position. Looks like they're going to check second base to see if he left early. They ruled that he did not, and that's the first out of the inning. Got a runner at third, and now we have Garrett Ross stepping in. And Garrett watches a breaking ball that misses low. Garrett with a hard ball to third base that's gobbled up by the third baseman. And Garrett beats that out and scores a run. So he gets the RBI single there. And that brings Dylan Curry back up. Dylan had a really nice hard hit ball to left center. His first at bat. And he watches ball 1, a little over his head. Garrett takes off and is in there easily. And finds himself now in scoring position with 1 out. And Dylan ahead, 2 balls, no strikes here in the top of the third. And that pitch misses down, hard to handle for the catcher, and Garrett trots into third. And now just about any ball put into play would score Garrett. And Dylan takes the walk on 4 pitches. Not sure why Dylan's coming back. I guess he didn't think he pulled it back. I'm not sure. Oh well, 3-1. And that should be a sacrifice. And that'll easily score Ross from third. And Dylan does his job, gets the RBI, and scores another run for the Trojans. And that brings the score to 7-0 Trojans. Ellis, who had a nice home run over the left center field wall, is out front on that one for a swinging strike 1. And he looks at ball 1 that comes up short and in the dirt. And that levels the count at 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here. And Ellis with one right off the pitcher. He's digging in there hard, and he will be safe at first base. Tough play. Pitcher did a good job getting his glove on it, just wasn't able to corral it in time to get the out at first. And that brings us to the 9-hole hitter, Colt Wood. And Caden, they throw back to keep him there and overthrow it, and Caden easily takes second on the overthrow. And that now puts another Trojan into scoring position. If Colt could somehow slice one between the 5-6 hole, he could literally run for days. And said that Colt went there on the bunt attempt. There must be 50 yards between the left fielder and the left foul line. And looks like a ground ball gobbled up by the first baseman. And that'll be the end of the top of the third inning with the visiting Trojans up 7-0. We'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Water Sucks, who's always the lead sponsor for the Trojan Network and have the best hydration product on the market. So get by Ace Hardware in Lookout Valley and pick up some Water Sucks.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we'd like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
And the first pitch is a called strike there. That one misses just away. And a called strike there. And that brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The batter goes down looking for another strikeout for Millard. The hometown Indian fans didn't love one of those strike calls, but nonetheless, that's a leadoff out for the Trojans defense. And Maddox working efficiently and quickly gets ahead with a fastball there. Didn't quite get the call on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one misses up. And he quickly fouls that one off.
Now batting, number 4, Gavin Mann.
The one look at Valley does.
Oh, not sure where that one missed. Same pitch, same spot. Batter offered at that one, and that levels the count at 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Fouls that one back into the catcher's glove, and that brings the count to 2 balls with 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. And the batter fouls that one back into the highway, just misses a car, as the highway is very close to the backstop here at Chattooga. And he tomahawks that one foul, probably going to get a car in the parking lot.
How many cars have gotten hit over the years? Somebody keep a stat on that.
Absolutely no idea how the batter got the bat to the ball there. That was interesting. Batter takes a wide stance with 2 strikes. And just like that, another strikeout for Maddox, who's running a clean sheet so far here today for us and keeping the Indians certainly off balance at the plate. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance. And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
All right, we're back here in the top of the fourth and back with the leadoff hitter, Little. Ricky and I are missing our third part of the Baseball Trojan Network and Emma Zimet, who was unable to attend today. So, Emma, just know you're missed. And Brady scoots out of the way, off the pitch that was a little in. And he's ahead now, 1 ball, no strikes. And that one missed Brady, but did catch the umpire. But he's okay, caught the leg guard there. Brady's had a solid day so far with a single and a walk. So, looking to keep the on-base streak alive today. And fouls that one straight back. Brady fouls another one straight back, just over the home fan bleachers. And the count remains 2-2 for the new Indians pitcher. They've gone from a lefty to a righty here in relief. And he steps back on the rubber, working from the wind-up. And he misses up and away there, and that runs the count full. And Brady flares that one back, and the second baseman gathers it up for the first out. And that brings Maddox Millard back up. The senior UNG commit had a nice double to get things rolling in the last inning. And that one sailed over batter, catcher, and umpire. And same result, other than the ball ricocheted to the third base dugout that time. And Maddox will step back in with a 2-0 count, looking for something somewhere near the strike zone. And pitcher makes a correction there. That one comes up a little short. And he finds the zone there. Maddox had the take sign from Coach Dunfee. And the 3-1 pitch is fouled back over the first base bleachers. And once again, the count is now full at 3-2. And Maddox swings over the top of a fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. And that's now 2 outs for the Trojans, who are leading 7-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. And the senior Peyton Gross steps in. And he watches a first pitch fastball that is up for ball 1. And he watches another fastball that misses well up in the zone. And a little overcorrection. And we're back to 3-0. And likely looking at another take here from Gross. But it didn't matter as the pitch was over his head for ball 4. And JR, who's been swinging well again, steps in with a runner on first and 2 outs. And that one makes JR duck and run for cover. And JR watches a pitch on the outer part of the plate that he chooses to let go and brings the count to 1-1. And a quick throw over to keep the speedy Gross at first. Really more of just a courtesy check than anything. And another pitch that misses up brings the count to 2-1. Pitcher seems to be struggling a little bit to find his release point in the cold air. Another one that misses up and away. And that brings the count to 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner on first. And that'll be ball 4. And we'll have the courtesy runner, Braxton Daniel, in for the catcher, Zymet, who will go in and get the gear on and bring Dustin Day up to the plate. And that one misses and brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike today. A runner in scoring position with Gross at second and Daniel at first now. And Dustin swings over the top of that fastball. And is now behind 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. If one of these Trojan batters could pull something down the third base side, they could literally run all day long. And Dustin hits one into the gap in right center. That's going to give him a double. It's going to plate 2 runs. Actually, Dustin's going to turn that into a triple. And that brings the Trojans score to 9 here in the top of the 4th. And Garrett Ross up with a runner in scoring position. Garrett hits one about 9 miles up in the air. Down the first base line, but no one was able to corral it, and Garrett will have another opportunity. Garrett settles back in at the plate. And that one catches just the tip of his helmet for a hit by pitch. And Garrett trots down to first base. Thankfully, no one and Dylan Curry steps back in with runners at first and third. And the Gordon Lee Trojans up 9-0. And Garrett takes off, and it was a balk, which will now score the runner at third. And Garrett did his job. And that brings us total to 10 runs for the Trojans. And Dylan watches a fastball that misses up and out. Ross is still in scoring position at second base with a nice lead. And Dylan is up 2 balls, no strikes here as he settles back in at the plate. And that pitch also misses. And Dylan is now ahead 3-0. Dylan shows bunt but pulls it back. For the called strike, and that runs the count to 3 balls, 1 strike with Ross at second base. And a nice attempt there. Fouled off over the third base side. And that brings the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And ball 4. And Dylan hustles down to first. And looks like Coach Dunfee's going to make a substitution here and bring in junior Gavin Johnson. Gavin's breaking out the green bat in honor of St. Patrick's Day today. Let's see if that brings him some good luck at the plate. Probably good luck that it didn't hit him in the head. And it looks like we're going to have a conference on the mound and possibly a pitching change. The Indians relievers had a little bit of a struggle finding the strike zone. Certainly understandable on days like today when your hands are cold and dry. Hard to feel your spin. And it looks like they're going to let him continue on with just some nice words of encouragement. All right, Gavin steps back in the box. Up 1 ball, no strikes. With 2 outs. Gavin with a little check swing that's grabbed by the pitcher. He got jammed a little on that one, and that'll end the top of the 4th with the Trojans up 10-0 here in cold Chattooga.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I've been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
batting, number 3, Colton Humphrey.
And we're back here in the bottom of the fourth. We've made a few defensive substitutions. Looks like maybe Keaton Lockhart at first, Gavin Johnson at third. Looks like Braven Lineberger in center. And Maddox working quickly and getting ahead early in the count, as usual today. And JR has that one tip off his glove. And that brings the count to 1-1. And the count is now 2-1. As we're back to the top of the order for the Indians. And a nice fastball there that the batter fouls straight back for strike 2. As the wind begins to pick up here, which is not a welcome occurrence, as the wind chill is very, very cold. And a good pitch that misses just a little up and out and runs the count full to the leadoff hitter for the Indians. And that ball is hit up, and good job there by Braxton to corral that one for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 10, Riley Willis.
And first pitch is fouled off third base side. Maddox misses away there and brings the count level at 1-1 strike. And ground ball to the shortstop, Colt Wood, who gathers it and makes a strong throw to first for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 14, Connor Allen.
And the 3-hole hitter for the Indians steps up. His second at bat of the day. And another ground ball scooped up by Colt. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Trojans. Everybody a little slow coming out of the dugout. Maybe didn't want to play anymore today, which is understandable. But we will nonetheless head to the top of the fifth with the visiting Trojans on top 10-0.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
This is how we do it. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Hold on. Bump it up. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. I get those goosebumps every time. I need a benzo. I need a ride in a limbo. Yeah. Okay. 901 Chevy.
And we're back in the top of the 5th, and the Indians have another new arm on the mound. And the 9-hole hitter, Colt Wood, will be the first to see what he has to offer, with the Gordon Lee Trojans up 10-0. And Colt watches the first pitch that misses down. And a second pitch that misses in the same spot. And Colt is quickly ahead 2 balls, no strikes here in the top of the 5th, as the Trojans look to get the leadoff runner on. And he watches a fastball there on the outer part for 2-1. Nothing wrong with making the pitcher prove it. Looked like a pretty good pitch there that was called low. And Colt works the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that'll be ball 4. And the leadoff batter is aboard. And we'll now have Braven Linebarger up. Braven is in for the right fielder Brady Little, getting some action here today. And Braven settles in and swings through the first pitch. The catcher tries to back pick at first and throws it over the first baseman's head, and Colt trots into second. Braven steps back in now with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. And he pops that up. Looks like the first baseman's under it. And he makes the play for the first out of the inning, and Colt trots back into second. And now Coach Dunfee pulls Maddox from the lineup and puts Carson in. Carson with a check swing there, foul back on the first base side for strike 1. Fastball that misses down. And Mr. Clark takes a called strike for number 2. And the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And gets called out looking there for the second out of the inning. And it looks like we'll now have Landon Cresswell batting for Peyton Gross. And Landon looks at a fastball up, and that brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. as Coach Dunfee's given some of the younger guys an opportunity here today. And Landon swings through that pitch. And is now looking at a 1-ball, 2-strike count here with 2 outs. And Colt taking a generous lead at second. And strike 3 on Landon for another strikeout looking, and that'll end the top half of the 5th for the Trojans. And we'll look to see who Coach Dunfee and where the defensive substitutions are going.
Just right, and the radio. Well, I was raised up beneath the shade of a Georgia pine, and that's home, you know, sweet tea, pecan pie, and homemade wine, where the peaches grow. In my house, it's not much to talk about.
All right, we're back here in the bottom half of the 5th, and the home Indians will have their 4-hole hitter leading off this inning.
Jay Winston.
Nice breaking ball there that's called for strike 1. And a fastball also called for strike 2. And he catches a piece of that one to foul it off and stay alive. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. And another strikeout for Maddox as he froze the batter there. Looks like the Indians will have a pinch hitter here. And Maddox misses down with the first pitch for ball 1. And gets him with an off-speed pitch there for a swinging strike 1. And gets him again with a swinging strike 2 and brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maddox was a little wide with that one. And that brings the count to 2-2. And now 3-2.
Don't lose it.
Oh my goodness.
Right on the knee, buddy.
Really good pitch.
Don't squeeze it now.
And you know, it's one of those days when you're
number 20.
cheering for a walk.
Tyler Kelly.
And that's the first base runner of the game for the Indians. And Maddox misses low there with ball one. And now 1 ball, 1 strike. It's always interesting when the other team starts chirping when they're down 10-0. And check swing there. And Maddox is now ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Maddox with another strikeout.
Now batting, number 2, Ben Howard.
And that fastball misses down to the left-handed hitting Indian. Maddox comes back with a fastball for a called strike, bringing the count level at 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And he misses away there, bringing the count 2-1.
Hit your target.
Another good pitch and a swing and a miss. And that brings the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll be the last out of the 5th inning, and that'll be the ball game as Maddox throws a no-hitter today here in Chattooga, only allowing 1 run on the tough call for the walk. And the Trojans will see you at home on Thursday as we once again play the Indians.